So, yep.
All right, go. Here we go.
Setting it up right now.
Hey, everybody. How we doing? This is 11 to 9. Let's get the party started. Yes, it is time to live the 9. Once again, I am Coach Corey. We have Natalie and we have E. What's up? How you guys doing?
What's up,
Pretty
Big
good.
C?
Good. And happy Cinco de Mayo.
Woo, 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 woo.
We'll get into a little more facts about that.
What was that, Natalie?
What you say?
Natalie's little shimmy was hilarious.
I'm writing something, so that's all I could do.
Around my neck, I was at Sam's Club. So I had my quarantine mask on, scarf / whatever it is. Today we're gonna have a pretty fun episode. We have nobody here. It is just us. We're gonna take it back to the very first day where we have topics for you to talk to us with. And in all actuality, I'm very happy again because today is our 10th episode, which is really cool. Originally we started off by only doing 9, but the response from you guys and the viewership has been up. So we're going to keep it rocking. Before we get to any of that, Natalie, please let everybody know what's going on.
We are still going strong with our online free programming. So like we said before, you do not have to have attended classes in the past. This is free and open to anybody. If you want to send it to your friends, your classmates, your cousins, if you are a parent listening, you want to send it to other parents, that want to share it with their family. It is open to everyone that's welcome to try out First Tee. Our full schedule of classes is on our website, tftco.org, top right corner, TFTCO at home. You'll see everything listed on there. It is broken down by level, but if you want to check something else out, if you're in the player level, you want to check out par. If you're in par and want to check out birdie, you are more than welcome to sit in on a class if you would like, just to kind of see what it's about. But they're free, they're open. Check out our YouTube page for all old videos. You don't have to view the old ones to view a new one, but if you do want to go back, they're all listed there, and so are all of our episodes of Living the 9. So if you want to go back, listen to one of our guests, or go over a healthy habit or core value that we talked about, they're all there.
Awesome. So again, we're going to have topics we talk about, some interesting things going on. And after that, I'll get into some facts about Cinco de Mayo for those who do not know where the history of it comes from and why we celebrate. Before we get to that, Nat, let's talk about some topics for today. Remember, whenever we say something on here, we want your response. We love your response. And we air it out live. So please, by all means, participate with us.
Yep, we love the feedback. We love the interaction.
Yep. What you got, Nat?
Talking news?
Topics.
What do you want to go over?
What topic we're going to talk about?
Topics.
Couple different topics.
Well, it was announced this week that there will be a match come, I believe, May 14th or 17th between Rory McIlroy, Dustin Johnson, Ricky Fowler, and I believe Matt Wolff, playing in a course down in Florida, Seminole Golf Club. So, who do you think will win that, Corey? It's going to be Dustin Johnson and Rory versus the other two gentlemen, and I would assume would be a match play format. They didn't specifically announce the format, but I would assume it'd be match play instead of stroke play.
For those who don't know who those 4 golfers are, Rory McIlroy and Dustin Johnson are probably the 2 longest hitters on the PGA Tour. Ricky Fowler can put it out there too. So can Matt Wolff, respectively. But their distance is nothing compared to Rory and Dustin Johnson. Now, normally I would say that's a plus, and with that knowledge, how could they be beaten? But the Seminole Golf Club where they're playing at is only 6,500 yards. So that really is anyone's game. It just depends on who's the sharpest. There's been times when Ricky Fowler has got hot. He's been sharp. There's been times when Rory was sharp, and sometimes Rory wasn't, and same as Dustin Johnson. So I believe this is really a toss-up, man. With my gut, I'll take Rory and Dustin. I'll take them with my gut feeling, but again, this is anyone's match. What do you think?
It's a tough one because I would say the unknown is guy's name is Matthew Wolff from Matt Wolff.
Mm-hmm.
I am not very, very familiar with him. I believe I've seen him in a couple majors. Pretty sure he's a long ball hitter as well. So I don't think they put Ricky Fowler out there with just going against those two bombers and Matt Wolff not being able to bomb it as well. So he's going to be the unknown, or I would say the comeback factor of it all. What can he do? I know Ricky Fowler's a great putter. So not knowing the course very well, I would say Fowler's team would have the edge as far as putting. I know he's a far better putter than McIlroy and Dustin Johnson. McIlroy gets kind of hot and cold when it comes to his putting. And same with Dustin. They're just kind of bombers. So it depends how the course is set up, where the pins are. But
yeah,
looking at the yardage of the course, as we I talked about yesterday, it seems like Dustin and Rory would have a distinct advantage when it comes to that. So maybe they let the rough grow up, and there comes an emphasis on just getting into play and being able to roll it on the greens. But not knowing all that, I would say with you that I think Dustin and Rory have the advantage just because they hit the ball so crazy far, man. It seems kind of hard to be able to keep up with that.
That's a very big advantage, man. In golf especially, distance is king. If you can hit the ball far, you're going to be in front of a lot of people.
Definitely. But it is for charity. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
People are starving for sports. I know I miss some real live action golf, and don't mind watching a rerun once in a while, especially that 2019 rerun of the Masters where they talked to Tiger about it. That was really cool. But at the same time, I know people are really missing the live action. So I think that's a great job by them to, one, create content, and two, do it for charity. I think they're going to raise like $3 million, tailor-made, and some healthcare system is donating to it as well. So that's really cool on their part. There's also no, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. There's also what?
Say there's also another match, and this match I'm really looking forward to seeing. Really looking forward to, and that
Phil
is
Mickelson. Oh, go ahead. I was just going to list the teams.
Yeah, what are the teams, Nally? Yes,
yes. Yeah, Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady and Tiger Woods and Peyton Manning, which is just, I can't even fathom what the viewership's going to be on that.
Tom Brady.
That's going to pull so many people.
It's honestly, man, maybe it's because I don't know. I go back to the last match, man, and it was not appealing at all. Tiger and Phil, I think they both played good golf, but didn't play great golf. So the appeal of it, and I've seen Peyton Manning play at the Memorial. I know he can play, and I heard, Brady can play as well. I honestly, and this may be surprising some people, man, I'm more excited to watch Dustin Johnson them go at it than I am watching the other two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. I think the one though is going to pull people because it's going to pull the football fans too. That maybe people that might not follow, because some people might not know. I mean, I would assume they know who Rory is and DJ and everybody, but I feel like I don't know. It's going to pull just a lot of people that are desperate for sports. With pulling in 2 quarterbacks, it's going to widen the viewership.
Yeah.
So the 2 questions I would pose around that: one, which match would you rather watch more, the DJ and Roy versus the Tiger Phil and the other 2 gentlemen? And I'm going to go the Tiger Phil one because I want to see the competitiveness, because I know Brady, ultimate competitor, Peyton Manning, extreme, and then you talk about Tiger and Phil, and God knows the side bets they're going to have going on that course. Little side backroom deals going, but just their competitiveness alone, man, I think will set up for a great match, and back and forth, some of the maybe some trash talk they get going on. I don't really see DJ and Rory match having too much fun trash talk banner like that. Hopefully they mic them up. It would be awesome if both matches they have them mic'd up, but
that'd be interesting.
We'll see. We'll see about that. Hopefully they have a delay.
You know what, man? I've watched the commercials, like, you know, with Dustin Johnson and Roy and them going back and forth and jawing at each other, and with Tiger as well as with Jason Day. I believe that the willingness. I believe the reason why you haven't seen them trash talk as much is because the PGA has put it out there like this is not the scene for that. You know what I mean? Like you got you NBA, NFL, but on a private match, 2-on-2, I think you'd be surprised. I think we'll be surprised at how much trash talk is actually going on. I mean,
oh, definitely. Like if they're out at each other's club, you know, playing just a heads up match. Exactly. Oh, I guarantee you, Tiger's got some zingers for people. But no, yeah, as far as that goes, I'm looking forward to the Phil Tiger match just a little bit more. So with that, the other question I have is, who do you think will win that? Because it's Tiger, like you said, it's Tiger and Peyton versus Phil and Brady. And I think the unknown is I've never seen Brady swing or hear if he's really a good golfer. Like you said, out of the Memorial, we saw Tiger and Peyton playing together, and Peyton looks like he has some game on him. So that being said, just because, again, the unknown with Brady, I'd have to give the ups to Tiger and Peyton off rip. Again, I don't know where they're playing either.
Yeah,
that could be a factor. But yeah, I think Tiger and Peyton will.
I think it's gonna be a wash. I think Tiger's gonna wash him, bro, for 2 reasons, or for a couple reasons. The first reason is when we saw the match with Tiger wasn't as sharp as he is now. He was getting himself back to where he was. You know, Tiger's been sharp, man. His iron game, his approach game, even his driving game has been very, very sharp. And Phil not as much. He's still been doing well, but not as much. And then you think Peyton Manning's retired, bro. Like he ain't doing nothing. He's slowing down commercials. He's golfing, bro. And Tom Brady has went through this whole situation with leaving the Patriots, going to Tampa Bay, and the stresses of this and that. I'm telling you, man. Peyton's only thing stressing Peyton about is what show to watch. You know what I mean? He ain't doing that much right now. But golf.
That is an excellent point. So yeah, Brady's getting kicked out of parks for working out in parks that are closed, and you know, Peyton's probably held up on a golf course with a putting green in his backyard. And
I was saying, that's what he's doing. That's what I mean. You know, I don't know how old Peyton's kids are, but isn't Brady's kids young too? I mean, there's a lot of things going on right now with this quarantine situation. You know, I think it's gonna be a wash. I mean, I really don't even think it's gonna be competitive. I really don't think so, man.
Yeah, Brady's learning a new playbook and trying to teach math at the same time.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot more variables in Tom Brady's life than there is in Peyton Manning's, and we know how sharp Tiger has been. His last time he teed it up, last couple times, he's trending up, man, and I don't see Phil trending like that. So I think it's gonna be a complete wash.
That's a great point. Another thing with Tiger, he has pretty much a golf course literally in his backyard, so all he has to do is open up some doors in his house to hit balls. So it's yeah, I'd say they have the advantage, but it'll be fun nonetheless. So I'm glad we'll have some live sports to look forward to. Definitely take our minds off everything in our daily lives here. All right, so that's the topics for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for chiming in. Jake Pierce wants to see the Phil and Tiger match. We got a couple other responses here. Thank you for chiming in, everybody. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. So that takes us to our news segment.
Our news.
Yep.
So it's news, but it's old news. It's about history, right? So today is indeed Cinco de Mayo. And I wrote down a couple facts because, so the reason why I know a lot about Cinco de Mayo is because when I was in the military, there was a guy who was from Puebla, right? And I remember one time we had a cookout for Cinco de Mayo, and he put me on thinking that, you celebrate this as if it's Mexico's Independence Day. But in all actuality, all it was the battle. It was a battle going towards that. It's called the Battle of Puebla. It's when 6,000 French soldiers came to invade Puebla against 2,000 farmers. You know what I mean? That's what it was. They came with back then their high-tech weapons to take it over, and the 2,000 people from Mexico, the people who lived as Mexicans, they won that battle. French actually retreated after they lost 500 soldiers' lives compared to only the 100 soldiers' lives of the Mexican militia. So that is why we celebrate Cinco de Mayo. The 5th of May is the Battle of Puebla. And if you look at it like American history, think of the Battle of Gettysburg. It was a part of the battle that actually won the war. So that was the spark plug that they ignited the winning of the war against the French. But it is by no stretch of the imagination Mexico's Independence Day. I think that's September 26th. But just know why you celebrate. That way you can celebrate harder and look somewhat knowledgeable when talking to your Spanish friends.
No, definitely, man. That definitely helps you put everything in perspective and have an appreciation for it. Because, yeah, I'll be honest with you. I had no idea that was about. I assumed, it was about their country's Independence Day or something of that nature. I just kind of like St. Patrick's Day, just another day to celebrate with our fellow Americans and culture appropriate, I guess, if you could say. But no, that's great knowledge. That is great knowledge to drop. So yeah, so one of those now type segments when you want those stars to go across. So with that being said, though, it is also, and it's awesome, Cinco de Mayo happens to fall on Taco Tuesday. So
Taco Tuesday. Hey,
I'm so mad LeBron tried to trademark that though. Just a little sidebar. Come on, man. That's when it was you just SMH, bro.
Come on, man. It's been around forever. You can't trademark that, because you throw lavish Taco Tuesday parties with some famous guests, and all of a sudden you want to. No, you can't do that. So everybody, hey, listen, I want to hear you. What in honor of Cinco de Mayo, I want to hear your favorite Spanish dish. What is your favorite Spanish dish, Mexican dish? E, what do you got?
Well, I was actually gonna throw a debate question out there: soft or hard taco shells. That's what I was going with. And I actually, I love a good burrito, man. And it's funny because at Chipotle, I get a bowl, but I do love a good, actually chimichanga, which is a deep fried burrito. You ever had a chimichanga, Natalie, Corey?
Yeah.
There's my grandfather lived in Arizona, and there's a place out in Arizona, Valley Luna is a restaurant. The best chimichanga you ever have in your life, man. It's just perfectly deep fried. It's not soggy. It's nice and crispy, and you can get it with shredded beef. It's ridiculously good. So yeah, I'm say if it's done well, a chimichanga is by far my favorite, man.
There you go.
Mouth's watering thinking about
it. I don't know. I say this as have only eaten Mexican food in Ohio, so I don't think I've ever actually had true blue traditional Mexican food.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like a good ground beef enchilada. I just like the sauce, especially on top, and the melted cheese. It's always my go-to no matter where I go. If I ever try a new place, I'd probably get something else, but also an enchilada because I know I'll always like it.
Nice.
I'm a big fan of nachos. I'm a huge fan of nachos, and they may not be super traditional. I've been to Mexico a couple times. I really didn't see it there, so hey. But nachos, nachos are delicious, man. And nachos are, oh my god, with the cheese sauce, like everything, everything on top of it, it just amplifies. Like the jalapenos, the tomatoes, the cheese sauce.
Yeah.
And then you can throw refried beans on top of there, shredded cheese, onions. And then they came up with a beautiful thing called fajita nachos, to where they sauteed the peppers and onions and put them on top of that there too. I'm telling you, nachos, the combinations you can have with nachos, and they all are very scrumptious. I encourage you to go to a Mexican restaurant in Pickerington called La Fagata. They have an assortment of nachos, different toppings, all of them equally good, and have chorizo on it too, which not many places offer chorizo on the nachos, and that's very, very good as well. So, nachos is my take.
Love it.
What are you making for? Are you getting food tonight? Or are you gonna make a meal? Are you celebrating at all?
Yeah. I mean, I think we'll go get something. I don't feel like, I feel like if and this might sound super weird and maybe I don't know if it's the right show for this, but I feel like if I make a Spanish dish today, I'm stealing. You know what I mean? Like Cinco de Mayo is a day to give, you know what I mean, to the people who gave us so much. So by me making tacos at the house on Cinco de Mayo, I'm lightweight stealing. You know what I mean? Like,
I get what you mean.
Yeah. So if there's no if, we're going to get Mexican food tonight, and we'll go to a restaurant.
You're gonna have to order like 2 hours in advance, because even last week, which was just a normal Tuesday, I waited like almost an hour for tacos. So I have a feeling tonight's gonna be a little crazy.
Maybe. What do we have some answers with? We have some chicken enchiladas from Jake.
I don't know which Russell person wrote that one.
Yeah, I don't know. Who's writing that?
Corey, your mom said anything with shrimp.
So, yeah, that makes sense. My mom is from, all their family lives in Wildwood, New Jersey, in that area. And Wildwood is an island in South Jersey. So seafood is like second nature to them, man. And it's to the point where it's not even, it almost looks lightweight and sanitary. Like, you go to a restaurant and there's picnic tables with like newspapers on them. You dump crabs on them and just get busy. Like, there's no fanciness to it. There, it's like barbaric, but it's beautiful, So
yeah,
I understand why my mom said shrimp. She's big into seafood.
That's fair.
Awesome. So to the soft or hard taco debate, what do you got, Natalie?
Soft or hard taco?
I don't know. I feel like I go back and forth all the time. I feel like a hard tacos, I mean, I could be completely wrong, and anyone could call me out on this. I feel like a hard taco is just like more authentic. Like, I'm getting an actual taco if I get a hard shell, but sometimes it's soft shell is just easier to eat. So I go back and forth.
I get it.
Yeah. What you got, E?
I'm a soft shell person myself, man.
Okay.
Especially get a nice little toast on it in the oven, or nice and warm, fresh out your microwave, and
yeah,
there's just like more things you can do to it. And once you break your hard shell, it kind of just falls apart, and then you got everything falling out and just running down your eyes.
I feel like if you go to a place that's not Taco Bell, it stays together pretty well. Taco Bell just crumbles.
That's true.
Don't be knocking Taco Bell, man. That food, it is delicious. It'll mess your stomach up, but that food is delicious. There's not many fast food restaurants out there that taste as good as Taco Bell. It's just not good for your stomach at all.
No, it's not. Condado has really good, like a double taco where it's like a hard taco, then there's a layer of something, and then a soft taco on the outside. Like I had one that was chorizo and another one that was guacamole and cheese, and that's good. If I can double up, I'll double up.
I'm going with soft taco with E. For the same reasons he said, you bite into a hard taco, man, and you have toppings all over the place. And it's kind of weird. I love nachos so much. I really don't like hard tacos. Soft tacos hold everything together so well. That, and then you can add the element of getting a soft taco, right? And then you can grill it on both sides, and it can be like have a little light crisp to it. You know what I mean? That's really good. Turn into a quesadilla type meal. That's really good, but hard tacos are the worst, man. Like they fall apart. Oh man, I get angry thinking about eating a taco, a taco and with a hard shell. I get angry about it because I've eaten like this the whole time off the plate, and it's not meant to be like that. So
if I wanted nachos, I would have just made nachos. Darn
Big facts. Big facts. Big facts.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, keep chiming in, telling us what you like as your main favorite dishes of our Mexican cuisine, and do you prefer soft or hard tacos? All right. I think that takes us to our Live the Nine story time.
No, it is Living the Nine story time. Now, because this is our 10th episode and here going forth, we're gonna talk about the core values on Live the Nine story time. We don't have any rhyme or reason. Like we're gonna say which one spoke to us this week, and then we're gonna go from there. So it could be Natalie could have respect, I could have respect, you could have respect. It doesn't matter. We're just giving instances to where we were impacted by the one of the 9 core values. So, Natalie, whenever you are ready, you are up.
I have 2 healthy habits. So do you guys want to do core values first? Or do you want to do healthy? Yeah.
No, go ahead.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay, cool. All right. So one of mine is play. This kind of whole quarantine, I've been trying to find new ways to work out because that was always a big part of my day was going to a physical gym. So I've never liked running. I was on a track team, but I still hated running. I don't like it, but now I'm doing it because it's easy and it doesn't require equipment. And I've ran 2 5Ks from home, but I've ran 2 5Ks and got medals for both of them. And I've never ran a 5K before, so I'm really excited.
Why don't you brag about it?
I am, because I've never done it, and I think it's cool.
That's awesome.
My other one is family. All of my family, my parents, my siblings, their significant others, and my nieces and nephews live 2 hours away. My niece turned 5 last week, so we drove up on Saturday and had a birthday parade. So I took a 4-hour road trip just to kind of stay in my car and see my family. But even though we were all at a distance, it still was really important to me just to be able to actually see them and talk to them, not through a screen, but face to face.
That's good. That's cool. That's really
it was good for my overall well-being. So family is important.
That's cool.
That's very awesome. And you could say that's very courteous of you to take that 4-hour trip to do that as well. Because you didn't have to necessarily do that. And to your 5K, that is extremely awesome. If I ran a 5K, I literally probably would not be able to move for at least a few days. So that's indictment on me or what, but that's awesome. You can still get exercise, ladies and gentlemen, even during our times here. My story today revolves around sportsmanship and a little bit of courtesy. It's a story from actually last summer in our summer camp. I was reminded by it as we kind of get ready to create our new normal summer camp for this summer. And the story is we were playing, it was our last day, our fun day. We were playing baseball, golf, and there was a young lady up to hit, and she wasn't, let's say, the most athletic person, but she tried her best. She was going really hard out there. And she got called out at first, or no, she would have been out at first, but I called her safe. And the gentleman playing first base, young man, you can tell he's real competitive. He kind of looked at me and was like, what? She was out. And I just put my hand up to him, like, relax, man. Just take a deep breath. It's not that serious. Excuse me. You can kind of get him to understand, like, that's not what the point of the game. It's not really about winning and losing. Just out here having fun, whatever. So anyways, Next time she was up, she hit, ran to first base, and the gentleman caught the ball and dropped it on purpose so that she could be safe on first base. And I thought that was extremely cool that he did that. And she actually ended up scoring, and seeing the smile on her face when she was able to score and contribute to his team. And at the end of the game, I came up to him, gave him a fist bump, and I said, you know what, man, that might have been the greatest example of sportsmanship I ever seen, man. Like you just got the purpose of everything. And that made my day. That actually made my camp, was seeing that he was courteous enough and showed the true sportsmanship of, you know, it's not about winning or losing. It's about everybody having fun and everybody being able to kind of win and participate together. And yeah, it was just awesome. I remember that probably for the rest of my life, seeing that. So, and I wish I could have went up. I was trying to catch his parents to tell him what happened and what he did and how impressed I was by that move. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to. But yeah, it was really cool.
That gives you a great sense of hope for the future, right?
Definitely, man.
Yeah,
definitely.
So I'm going to go to the idea of it falls, I guess, in line with courtesy, being kind of polite to others. So there's something that I have adopted through watching my mom when I, you know, ever since I was young, and it was the notion that you always give in this life because you never know what you're trying to receive. You know, what that means is you give to others so that in one day you are ever in need, someone will give to you like you give to others. My daughter, actually my whole family, we love that notion. So we like to donate a lot of things to a lot of people as much as we possibly can. And it doesn't have to be money, you know. Sometimes it's time, you know, it's efforts, it's our skills, our abilities. Whatever you have to offer someone, they need it, you should give it to them. So my daughter has stuff that she was looking at the other day, you know, and there's things that she really liked and things that she was kind of about. But one of the things she really liked, she looked at it and she said, you know what, this can go to somebody else and make them just as happy. You know, the fact that my 6-year-old daughter come to me and said that is everything that I want her to get from me. You know what I mean? Like that is everything.
That's awesome, man.
I feel that I can offer her is, if she's doing that, giving to others, you know, a lot of things will fall in line for her the right way. You know, a selfish person, you know, an evil person doesn't give to people, you know, like that. You know, a respectful person does. You know, a person who's a bully makes fun of people. They don't give to people like that. You know, so if she's giving to people, that it really makes me feel good about her future. You know, that especially being 6 years old. So that is
awesome.
mine for the week that I have embodied in Wonder Show.
That's very awesome, man, and that speaks to you and your wife Ree's parenting, man. It really does.
Exactly.
Because that's not something that you are born with. It's something learned, man. So kudos to you two. That shows you're doing something right, you know. That's got to feel good. Great point there, man. All right, we have a new segment today, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice.
We're gonna roll it out and see how it goes today. It is called Meet and Greet. So today's question are the meet and greets, and please chime in with your answers. So the question is, name a movie star who you would like to meet and why. Name a movie star you would like to meet and why. Natalie, did I give you enough heads up for this one?
Yeah.
Would you say that
you could have told me right now
go?
and I would have the same answer?
Yeah. You're a fan like that, huh?
Awesome. Remember, it's a
fan like that. Okay.
It's a family show, Natalie.
Who do you have? Who do you have, Natalie?
Real quick, just a heads up, my internet keeps getting really choppy, so if I cut out, I'm sorry. That's why. But my pick is Tom Hanks because I love him.
Nice.
No, I just all of his movies. I have probably seen most of them, and I just think he's a really, really good character actor. And I saw a tweet once, like I think it was when he was cast for Mr. Rogers. It was like an Onion tweet or something, like one of those satire sites, but it was like Tom Hanks refuses to retire until he plays a movie of Every Last American. And I was like, yep, that's him. But I love Forrest Gump's one of my favorite movies. I love Castaway and The Terminal, and I just think he's a great actor. I think he'd be someone fun to sit down and kind of listen to his stories and how he gets into those roles.
You know what? I want people to. You mentioned a movie that I don't think many people have seen. Terminal was an amazing movie.
Terminal is so underappreciated, and
my god, it's an amazing movie.
I know, I love it.
Hey,
and it's
movie, watch
intense
it.
A little bit.
It's a
Well,
great.
it's not rated R, is it? Let's make sure not.
No,
promoting.
No. It's a very good movie.
I think he's from a made-up country. I could be wrong, but he speaks.
No, it's Krakosia.
I don't remember. Yeah, but he speaks with an accent, and he sells it. Like everything about it's just it's moving. You got to watch it.
I like that. Forrest Gump is timeless.
Yeah.
Absolutely timeless. That's a classic. All right, who you got, Corey?
I'm gonna go Denzel Washington.
Nice.
For the first part, he made Training Day. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, you can't. He made Training Day. It's like wanting to meet Michael Jackson only because he made Thriller. He made Thriller. You know what I mean? Like Denzel Washington to me has the catalog, and honestly, I'm very curious to know which one of the movies. Like I've seen almost every movie he's ever done. I want to see which character he relates to. Why? Because I feel like once I figure that out, watching that movie would be like it'd be different because I know that's really him. You know what I mean? Like everybody embodies a character, but sometimes they have a character that's them, and not strictly made up. And I'm hoping. I have my fingers crossed on which one I think it is. To me, I'm really hoping the one that's truly him is Book of Eli. Because he was, I don't see him being the Equalizer. I don't see him being Equalizer, bro. Because that dude was just off rip, was crazy good. But I could very well see him being the Book of Eli. So I'm going with Denzel Washington.
It's a good choice. Solid.
I like him. Yeah, he is a powerhouse in full range of characters, man. It's not just like one genre. He can do it all. And that we got. Jake Pierce said Kevin Hart. Now, I'll give you that one, Jake. I would consider him a comedian who does movies, but we'll give you that one. Adam Sandler from the Russells. Adam Sandler, that's the good one. He is classic. And yes, make sure you're watching PG-13 and under, and get your parents' permission and guardians' permission to watch some of these movies.
Yep.
And I would say for me, this was a tough one. I was going back and forth with a couple, but the one I decided on, especially when you talk about just movie star, and that would be the ageless wonder, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Word.
Yes. So I was going back and forth between a few. I had The Rock up there. I'm like, man, The Rock would be really cool to meet and talk to. But Leo, he just seems like a down-to-earth person. You know, any person who's made as much money and made as many movies as he has and drives a Prius, I don't find that pretentious. I think that's just being conscious of your environment and trying to be just a person that actually cares about something. And he's not driving around in a different Ferrari or something like that every day. So I actually respect that. And I was looking at his DMB earlier, and it's absolutely crazy. And he's a child actor that actually kept his sanity and is still making powerful movies today. So I just think it'd be really cool to hang out with him, man. It seemed like he'd be a cool guy to hang out with. We'll put it that way.
Hey, really quick, what was one of his very first entrances into the scene?
Talking about Growing Pains.
Oh, you remember Growing Pains, bro?
That was a classic. Rest in
Yeah,
peace.
Growing Pains, man. That
Mr.
I think
Stick.
the movie was What's Eating Gilbert Grape with Johnny Depp or something like that. But
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That
his
one's
DMB goes back
big
like
movie.
crazy, man. And I was trying to think, like, if I asked the question, what would your favorite movies be? And it was tough, man. Like, this might make me sound kind of corny, but Romeo and Juliet was just so extremely well done.
That was a good one.
I was like, man, that's a classic banger. Inception was a mind blower, you know, just like Blood Diamond. I thought was a good mix of action and kind of a selflessness movie. Like he's got some bangers, so it's tough to pick one. But I mean,
So,
yeah,
Natalie-
I can go on and on. But
so Natalie, what's your favorite Tom Hanks movie then?
It's
There can
cliche, but
only
I
be
just really
one.
Forrest Gump. I love Forrest. I could probably watch Forrest Gump every day of my life. My family has always loved that movie. I've watched it as long as I think it came out the year I was born. So I've been literally been watching it since I was born. I don't know. It's
awesome.
timeless.
Yeah, I like it. What's your favorite Denzel movie, man?
My favorite one that really showed me that this dude is. I was young when I seen it, but I was like, wow, that's Malcolm X, bro.
Yeah, that was powerful, man.
That's powerful, man. Like that's woof.
Yeah, that was powerful.
All right, people. All right, that has been an absolute fun. It's been a fun show, man. It's a wonderful show, going back and forth, talking. Before we got here with the final thought, Nat, really quick, remind them of what's going on.
We've got our 4th week, I think, of programming, 5th week of girls golf. Everything is totally free. You do not have to have viewed previous courses or even been in the first tee before to take part. They are open to everyone. Full calendar of classes is on our website, tftco.org, top right corner, TFTCO at home. Everything's listed there. Our YouTube page has all of our class recordings, including every recording of Living the Nine. So if you ever want to look back and see Healthy Habit or Core Value or one of our previous guests, you are welcome to do that.
Yes, and also to add to that, we are currently working on a summer schedule. We're waiting for what's going to come down as far as what we're allowed to do, but we will be having some form of programming this summer. Keep your eyes and ears out for that. Look at those emails when you see them from the First Tee of Central Ohio. But for the final thought, love each other, people. Help each other. You know, we are all in this together. I want you guys to realize that no matter what your economic status, no matter who you are, we are all in the same position. Money cannot buy you safety out of this. You know, it doesn't matter right now. Help each other out. The most humane thing you can possibly do is be human. You know what I mean? Show some heart, show some compassion, social compassion. You know, say hi to your neighbors. Don't be locked up and don't say nothing. So that is the final word.
Call a relative.
You know, call a relative.
Yeah.
Call your parents. Ma, I love you. I'll call you later today.
Write a letter. I saw some stories, some feel-good stories about actual snail mail letters that have been warming people's hearts. I meant to write some later today.
Handwrite a letter, not type it out and print it.
Handwrite it.
All right, this has been Living 9 people. We're out.